Crosswind landings are a crucial skill for any pilot, especially those working towards their private pilot license. Why are they so important? Because wind rarely aligns perfectly with the runway. Being able to land safely in various wind conditions makes you a more confident and competent pilot. Mastering this skill allows you to confidently handle a wider range of real-world landing scenarios. This becomes even more critical as you gain experience and potentially fly to different airports with unique conditions. Mastering crosswind landings isn't just about checking off a requirement, it's about developing your skills as an aviator. It's about being able to fly safely and confidently, no matter the wind direction. Remember, every successful landing starts with a well-executed approach and a solid understanding of the wind conditions. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. It might seem tricky at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Don't be discouraged if you don't get it perfectly on the first try. Every pilot was once right where you are now. Before you can conquer a crosswind landing, you need to know how to identify when those conditions exist. Two key tools will become your best friends, the windsock and the ATIS-AWAS. The windsock is the big, colorful sock at the airport that tells you the wind direction and relative strength. The ATIS/AWAS is the automated weather system that gives you detailed wind information over the radio. When you look at the windsock, imagine a line running down the runway. If the windsock is blowing at an angle to that line, you've got a crosswind. The more perpendicular it is to the runway, the stronger the crosswind. The ATIS-AWAS gives you the wind direction and speed in numbers. This information is crucial for calculating your crosswind component, which helps you determine how much crab angle you'll need. Learning to read these indicators effectively is paramount. It allows you to anticipate the challenges you'll face during landing and adjust your technique accordingly. Remember, accurate wind assessment is the foundation for a successful crosswind landing. Setting yourself up for success begins long before you enter the landing pattern. When you're on approach, especially in a crosswind, it's all about maintaining control and creating a stable platform for your final maneuvers. The first thing to remember is that your approach will look like a normal approach, even with a crosswind. You'll still fly the same rectangular pattern, but with a few key adjustments. One of the most important adjustments is maintaining a slightly higher airspeed than you would in calm wind conditions. This extra speed provides an added buffer of control, which is crucial when dealing with the gusts and turbulence that often accompany crosswinds. Think of it like giving yourself a little extra margin for error. Remember, a stable approach sets the stage for a smooth landing. By focusing on the fundamentals, airspeed, altitude, and heading, you can ensure you're in the best possible position to handle the crosswind as you transition to touchdown. Transition to touchdown, from crab to side slip. As you approach the runway, you'll use a technique called crabbing to compensate for the crosswind. This means pointing the aircraft's nose slightly into the wind to maintain a straight ground track. However, you can't land with the aircraft crabbed. Just before touchdown, you'll need to transition from the crab to a side slip. This transition should be smooth and controlled. As you get close to the runway, use the rudder to align the aircraft's longitudinal axis with the runway centerline. Simultaneously, use aileron into the wind to keep the upwind wing from dropping. This maneuver, though seemingly complex, becomes intuitive with practice. Visualize the movement, understand the forces at play, and practice the transition in a controlled environment with your instructor. Roll out and control maintaining centerline. Once you've touched down, your job isn't over yet. You still need to maintain control of the aircraft as you slow down and exit the runway. The key here is to keep the aircraft tracking straight down the center line, even though the wind is trying to push you off course. Immediately after touchdown, you'll need to lower the upwind wing and apply aileron pressure into the wind to maintain balance. Simultaneously, use rudder control to counteract the wind's sideways force and keep the aircraft tracking straight down the center line. This might feel a little counterintuitive at first, but remember, you're using the rudder to control the direction of the aircraft's nose wheel on the ground. As you slow down, you'll need less aileron and rudder input. Eventually, you'll be able to relax the controls and taxi off the runway. Remember, the rollout is just as important as the touchdown. Maintaining control and staying vigilant ensures a safe and successful conclusion to your crosswind landing.